Hey folks, welcome to this edition of the Microsoft Cloud News Update. Here in the US, it is the week of Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. I'm Carl Kishel. Despite being the week of Thanksgiving and a short week for most of us here in the US, we do have a couple of updates to share. So let's jump right into it. So links to all of these blog posts are in the description. Feel free to follow along. Guest health feature in Azure Monitor for virtual machines. So this is currently in preview, and this provides you with the capability to monitor your virtual machines in Azure and predefine 3 states as to the health of these machines. They could be healthy, warning, and critical. So basically red, yellow, and green. And you can define the components and the metrics that make the most sense for you in terms of ascertaining whether or not the machine is healthy or not healthy. In this post, there's an example regarding CPU utilization. So you might have a machine that normally runs hot, but if it goes hotter than normal, say maybe 95% utilization, you wanted to provide you with some information on the health of that. You can set the parameters for things like CPU utilization, disk storage, et cetera, et cetera. So check out the link for more info. Regarding pricing, there is no cost for the service. It is in preview. There is a cost for the ingestion of the data that would go into log analytics. So log analytics cost will be required, but definitely check out the post for more info on this new feature. Boosting your performance with Azure Files SMB Multichannel. So SMB Multichannel has been around for a long time, going back to Windows Server 2012, Windows 8 client days. And if you're not familiar with multi-channel, it allows you to create multiple file copy threads between source and destination, leveraging multiple network interface cards between those 2 devices. With SMB 3.x, this enhancement is also now available in Azure Files, and it's currently in preview, and definitely something to check out to increase your performance in copying files from one location to another. Check out the link for more info. New features available for Azure VPN Gateway. There are 5 here, and they are now generally available. Definitely click on the link to get the details on these features. To me, the bigger ones are the support now for high availability and radius servers, particularly in the point-to-site VPN configuration. So that's pretty neat. And the other one for sure is going to be a big convenience and help for those of you who are setting up site-to-site VPNs and using the Azure VPN Gateway is support for FQDNs. So no longer the need for IP addresses in setting up your site-to-site VPNs. Check out the link for more info. Azure Site Recovery and support now for increased disk size. So regarding Azure DR and setting up DR for VMs, there's been an increase in data disks with sizes now supported up to 32 terabytes. Performance tiers and Premium SSDs now available in the Azure platform. So regarding Premium SSDs and the performance tiers, so this allows you to scale based on demand the performance of your premium disks. So in this example, gives you a nominal case in terms of an application that requires only 100 megabit per second throughput to your SSD disks, and the ability to increase the performance up to, for example, 250 megabits and beyond, based on demand, load, etc., and then scaling it back when that demand is no longer needed. So check out the link for more info. Our second last update is regarding some new personal features in Microsoft Teams. And this is the ability, kind of carrying over some of the enterprise features into the consumer version of Microsoft Teams. And scrolling down here through this announcement, there are a couple very significant changes here, and it's all good stuff. So check out these 5 links for more info, and it's all about increasing the chat size for up to 250 people, syncing your existing chats between multiple devices so you can carry on and continue conversations from your phone to your desktop, back and forth, etc. This is pretty significant, this third point here, talking all day. So there's no limitation in terms of the length of time that your conference calls, audio calls, Teams calls, etc. Talk all day for free with family and friends. And that is supported for both video and audio calls. You can share video meeting invites with anyone, even if they don't have Teams. And support for gallery view and together mode. Again, these were features that were in the enterprise edition of Teams, now carrying forward to the personal version. Last but not least, the ability to upload and share share photos and videos from your computer to any personal or group chat. So really neat enhancements for those of you who are using Teams or looking at using a conferencing platform that can take your calls all day long. And last but not least, using priority accounts in Microsoft 365. We recently reported on priority accounts going generally available a couple weeks ago, and I'm calling this blog post out because it gets into some really good tips and tricks in terms on how to leverage priority accounts based on different scenarios and use cases. So if you're not familiar with priority accounts, it's the ability to designate certain accounts within your Microsoft 365 environment. These could be high profile accounts, and then attaching premium services, policies, etc. to those accounts. And this includes account protection, again, policies, etc. So check out this blog post for more info on the tips and tricks in terms of using priority accounts in Microsoft 365. That concludes this edition of the Microsoft Cloud News Update. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any comments or feedback to share with me, please reach out on LinkedIn or Twitter. Appreciate any feedback that you might have. Again, it's the week of Thanksgiving here in the US, so I do wish you happy Thanksgiving. Thank you again for attending, and we will catch you next time. Take care.